halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
He had the numbers last week that if you win,
the first down throw coming for Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The numbers for Eifert in that game last week, 9 catches, 80 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Second down, Dalton. And this is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now a carry here for Terrence West. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Looking deep now for Amendola. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Oh, look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's the rookie from the U, Mark Walton. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Malik Jefferson did a lot of that at the University of Texas, run down ball carriers and put them on the ground. And he played inside linebacker a lot while he was at UT. I like him better outside. A weak side linebacker protected by a defensive line. Let him run, chase, and hit, and you'll get plenty more plays just like that.
Passing, it's Dalton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Time to feature the offensive starters. And our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
We're set now on second down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
On first down, Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A check on the numbers for Kenyon Drake last week. 14 carries, 61 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Naeem Hines. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
A second down throw for Brissett. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And some room to work. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Flex round! Flex round!
Right back to him on first down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run with Hines. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Brissett sets to throw it. And over the middle, this is Parker. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second down, Brissett. And Stills over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that. They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well. To throw is Brissett, eluding the pressure. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. And before we can get to the field goal try, time will run out on this first quarter of play, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards on the play. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen? I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. That goes for a gain of 31. Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too. Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And the grab by Croft. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A first down throw for Brissett. It's complete. Stills. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Here we go. 190. 190. Ohio. Ohio.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
On second down, it's Drake. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And now with the play clock winding down, Adam Gase says, let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Flex round. Flex round.
On third down, Brissett. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now Brissett on fourth down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run it with West. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Dalton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Willis in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So Dalton now over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. From midfield here, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll start the drive with Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Brissett. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Brissett on first down. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
Ohio!
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Amendola catching it left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Dalton off play action. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Dalton here from the gun. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
First down, Brissett. It's caught, Stills, right side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Brissett to throw on first. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. More, it's Brissett. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Corey Coleman in the final seconds of the first half, and the Dolphins are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 10-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7th. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to try and go deep again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw, Brissett. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Here's Hines on a toss play. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Brissett now on second down. And Stills over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Brissett now just 1 misfire so far after that last completion. 15 of 16. It's first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And the catch made here by Sharon Peak. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Balaj. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. A second down throw for Brissett. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Now Brissett. It's complete. Stills. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals have recovered it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll start the drive with a give to Walton. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Play action now. Dalton. On the crossing route, complete. That's Boyd. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And his throw is going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Here's West. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Terrence West, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. First down throw for Brissett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Brissett now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. He's going to fire, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 6. And some room to maneuver. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Got it complete to West. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Darren Lee picks it. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Now Adam Gase has put a pair of fingers up in the air. His offense is going to go for two.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Give him 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. And give him a gain of 37. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. This is West. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's going to get it running right, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Right now, really hoping for a turnover. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This is Hines. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And there's a nice catch by Mike Gesicki, the rookie out of Penn State. And partner, you saw him when you were covering Big Ten football. He didn't block very many people, but that's not what they asked him to do. They asked him to go there.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Geno Atkins in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Brissett to throw for it on fourth. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Gun, Brissett. Then able to find Allen Lazard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Brissett on first down. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing. Brissett. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Second down, Brissett. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They get it to him running left. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He hits West underneath. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First and 10 for Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Dalton, first and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Another look for Dalton on second and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. It's caught outright, Amendola. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up first and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense, false start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
And that'll set them back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Another chance for Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darren Lee picks it. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Nice pick, nice pick.
Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we